Welcome back to the Michael Cohen Show on our continued journey to 250,000 subscribers. Now, to be honest, I thought we would have been there already before the new year, but we're about 7,800 subscribers shy. So hit subscribe, watch, but most importantly, share with your friends because there's a lot going on. Now, I want to show you that this week, it's the first full week of the new 119th Congress. And Trump put out a tweet last night that I found to be a little bit shocking, to say the least. Posted. In this post, Trump says, members of Congress are getting to work on one powerful bill that will bring our country back. Wasn't sure that our country's not there yet, and make it greater than ever before. We must secure our border, unleash American energy, and renew the Trump tax cuts, which were the largest in history, but we will make it even better. No tax on tips. It will all be made up with tariffs and much more from countries that have taken advantage of the U.S. for years. Republicans must unite and quickly deliver these historic victories for the American people. Get smart, tough, and send the bill to my desk to sign as soon as possible. Make America great again. Now, number one, America is great. I'm not even going to start to go there. I want to show you what MAGA Mike Johnson then did, how he explained, how MAGA Mike Johnson explained how he will help to revive the economy. Play the clip.
Spoken with President Trump about what he prefers. Does he want one large reconciliation package to include border security, deportations, as well as tax extensions, or does he want two, as Senator Lindsey Graham has been working on?
Yeah, he and I have talked about this quite a bit, as you might imagine, over the last few months, determining the pros and cons of the two different strategies. I respect Lindsey Graham and all my friends who kind of preferred a two-step strategy. The idea would be get something done on the border and maybe defense spending right out of the blocks very quickly in what we would call a skinny reconciliation bill, and then do the rest of it in a larger chunk later. But I think at the end of the day, President Trump is going to prefer, as he likes to say, one big, beautiful bill. And there's a lot of merit to that because we can put it all together, one big up or down vote, which can save the country, quite literally, because there are so many elements to it, and it'll give us a little bit more time to negotiate that and get it right.
Yeah, he wants to revive the economy. You know, I want to show you something. As of this exact moment, of the filming of this exact moment, I want to show you what the Dow Jones looks like. And I want to show you, this is literally at this moment in time on a 5-year spreadsheet. When Trump left office, we were talking about somewhere in the neighborhood of about 30,000 or 32,000 at the stock market. Today, right this second, we are at $43,043.80. So what are they reviving? My hope, my fervent hope, is that as we continue with this big, beautiful new bill, that nothing worse comes to us, the American people. I tell you one thing for certain, we already know the group of people who are going to do very well with those tax cuts. Okay, drop it. Now, on Friday, I want to show you what Hakeem Jeffries said about taxes when MAGA Mike Johnson was elected again. Play that clip.
Our position is that it is not acceptable to cut Social Security, cut Medicare, cut Medicaid, cut veterans' benefits, or cut nutritional assistance from children and families in order to pay for massive tax breaks for billionaires and wealthy corporations. House Democrats.
Yeah, I mean, look, one of the things that, for example, DOGE, that DOGE program run by Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, they want to figure out how to knock off $1.5 trillion from our budget, which is somewhat just slightly above $6 trillion. So you're talking about a third. And there are things that are already set in stone that cannot be changed at all. They are locked in, set in stone. So the things that Hakeem Jeffrey was raising are the things that are open for negotiation, discussion, etc. By the way, if they knock out every single thing that Hakeem Jeffries brought up, it would only bring you to $1.2 trillion. That would be 300 billion shy of the goal that they're talking about of accomplishing. And that would mean taking away all of those programs, including the Social Security, which again would be a disaster for the average American in this country. I mean, for God's sakes, it's crazy. Then I want to show you where Adam Schiff went on Meet the Press, and he spoke about tax cuts and how we need to focus on the economy. Play the clip.
I know I'm going to have to face very early on these tax cuts for rich people and for large corporations. What the voters in California elected me to do was to try to bring down the cost of living, the cost of housing, the cost of childcare, not to give tax breaks to very wealthy people or corporations. So my focus is on the economy. To your question earlier about James Carville, I think James Carville was right. I think it is still about the economy. I think we lost the argument on the economy. We need to win that argument. We need to persuade the American people once again that we are focused first and foremost on delivering for them, and that means helping them with their small businesses, helping them pay their rent or their mortgage. That's going to be my first priority. But if the president is trying to take away the rights and freedoms of the American people or abusing his office, I'm certainly going to stand up and defend our country and our Constitution.
Let's talk.
Okay, so let me be very clear about something. You could see the drastic difference between the Republican talking points and the Democratic talking points. But for whatever the reason may be, and to this day I still can't figure it out, whatever that reason may be, the plurality of Americans, the people have spoken, and they have elected Donald Trump to be the 47th president of the United States again. Again, despite all of the talking points that you're hearing from people like Adam Schiff. Now, I want to also be very clear, and I want to be forthright with you. Adam Schiff has no power. I don't give a shit what role he plays, whether it's as a senator, it makes no difference. It doesn't matter even what Hakeem Jeffries is talking about. The control is right now in the White House. Republicans have control of the Senate, and they have control over the House of Representatives. The only thing that's going to end up stopping them, it's not Adam Schiff going on Meet the Press or any of the Democrats going there and saying, we will fight, we will do. There's very little to fight about. The president has the right to set forth his agenda. What we have the right to do is to determine in 2 years from now. I know, I'm sorry, 2026, it's a long time away and a lot of damage could be done. But we at 2026 for midterm elections will be able to assess whether or not Donald Trump is right in the raising of tariffs, in the cutting of the budget, and doing the other things that he talks about in this big, beautiful bill. If he is right, well, then the American people, both Republican and Democrats, should acknowledge that and say, you know what? Holy shit, he was absolutely right and we were wrong, and allow him to continue with this big, beautiful bill. But if he's wrong and the average American person who can't afford grocery and gasoline, they can't afford their mortgage, they can't afford their cell phone payments, whatever it might be, that the little things in life that we've become accustomed to, right? Like food and gas and cell phones. If things that they're talking about in this big, beautiful bill does not come to fruition, you vote these assholes out of office. And then you turn the House and the Senate back Democrat. And that's where people like an Adam Schiff, a Hakeem Jeffries will have the power to make change. At this point in time, they're just sitting there as lame ducks. That's all that they are. Now, I want to end this with a clip of Lindsey Graham talking about tax cuts. And then you make the decision on which side you think will end up winning in 2026. Play the clip.
The threats to our nation are large. I want the tax cuts. They're $4.7 trillion. They will ruin the economy if they expire at the end of the year. I will try to be a team player here, but I want to tell the American people, from my point of view, the number one job is to secure the nation for the federal government. Our border is broken. I wanted it fixed by February the 17th. To the tax cut wing of the party, I am with you, but if you hold border security hostage to get tax cuts, you're playing Russian roulette with our national security.
Okay, like I said, one big beautiful bill. We'll see what happens. I don't have the crystal ball. In fact, nobody does. So when you're watching on television and you hear all these pundits expressing to you, this is going to be the worst thing ever. Well, we know 2017, the tariff thing didn't work out so well. All right. On top of that, we've had border issues literally going on now for the last 50, 60 years. In fact, many of these migrants pay a lot of money into taxes for the country. Well, we'll see what happens there. Again, none of us have that crystal ball. And so we have to wait to see what the repercussions of this big, beautiful bill is going to be. Positive, Trump has solidified himself in history. Goes negatively, he'll be a lame duck for the last 2 years of his presidency, and then even worse. So, my friends, nobody has the answer. All I can do is help to keep you informed so that we can stay abreast of what's going on. And as always, thanks for listening.
Hey everyone. First of all, thanks for watching. I mean, we're going to be posting daily episodes with reactions and talking about politics. We'll be talking about everything, in fact. So please like and subscribe. Join us on this journey.